Well, a couple of good results against some good Bundesliga teams sees us fighting for a top 4 spot. Granted, it's the 4th spot, but it's still top 4 and I'm counting it. But today, it's all about Euro Cup football as we face a very good Malmo team. I'd like to think we have a chance at beating them, but it's FM, who knows? My name's FM21, and this is the Red Devils Rising. Fifth place on 43 points. We are 3 points behind Borussia Dortmund, 5 points behind Leipzig, 6 points behind Hertha, and 15 points behind Bayern. So it's pretty much Bayern's to lose, I should say. They would have to pull off a bottle job that would put anything Dr. Benji or anyone else has done lately to absolute shame. We last played Eintracht Frankfurt. We lost Hoffenheim 4-2. De Gracke had a goal in the first minute. I thought we were doing well. Burnett got a goal in the 94th minute. It was an FM goal. I'm more annoyed by this game by the fact that they had a player sent off in the 72nd minute, and we still couldn't get anything done. They had 18 shots, 10 on target. We had 10 and 6. Their XG was 2. Ours was 1.82. We had a decent possession advantage. We were okay on our passes. Our tackling was atrocious. We didn't win the headers game by much. Silic had 2 goals 4 minutes apart, and after that, it was just kind of me trying to figure out what the hell to do to stem the tide, and I couldn't figure it out. I mean, Decker and Burnett were the only 2 players that were above a 6-7, and, well, I take that back. A couple others were above 6-7s, but it was just one of those games where things that could go wrong did. The only thing that didn't go wrong, really, was that we got out of there injury-free. So we got ourselves right against Bochum, but we should have gotten ourselves right against Bochum. They were the 17th team in the league. Pellegrini goal, Ojeda goal. A well-rounded game for us. 22 shots, 10 on target, decent possession advantage. Good job on getting the passes completed. This was a very Kaisersalutern game. We were really good with our passing. We were really good with our defense. You know, we had our chances. We made the most of them. Against Bayer, we absolutely thumped them. Pietro Pellegrini was a man possessed. 4 goals. De Gracke got a goal. Let's see here. We had 4 goals in 7 minutes, starting in the 83rd minute. De Gracke scored in the 83rd minute. Pellegrini in the 85th, 89th, and 90th. Pere equalized in the 54th minute. Bayer thought they had a chance. I thought they had a chance. But once Pellegrini scored, it was Katie bar the door, and they just kind of wilted. The last goal especially was one that we probably shouldn't have scored. But we had 24 shots, 12 on target to their 28 and 15. So it was a really even game. For whatever reason, they forgot the game was 90 minutes long. They stopped playing in the 80th minute because that's when we really started making our moves. Decker had another solid game at 8-8. If not for the fact that Pellegrini had 4 goals, he definitely would have been player of the match. He made a ton of really good saves. And he is now, I want to say he's 3-star current, 4-star. He's 3.5-star current, 4.5-star potential. So he's getting really close to fulfilling that. I suspect at some point there's going to be clubs looking to see if he's even available. He's not on the Netherlands squad. Why is that? Justin Bijlow? I don't know that name. It says he's at Everton, 29 years old, 57 caps. He's at Feyenoord in real life. Well, he must be a decent keeper. Yeah, I'd say he's a pretty decent keeper. I've never heard of him before, but frankly, that's nothing new. So, today, though, we are playing Malmo, home and away. We're going to skip the Hertha game in between. I thought about doing a triple live com, but frankly, it's kind of late, and I really don't want to. I really want to get this season done. So, Malmo is a very good squad. They're having kind of an off year. Malmo is a very good squad. Now, their season hasn't started yet, which is why they're showing up as 12th. I think if we look at them last season, yeah, they finished in 2nd place, 7 points behind Djurgårdens. Hammarby and Hakan were up there. AIK was down. Wow, that's interesting. But they've got some very good players. Namani, is really good. Lewicki's really good. Nor I can't really pronounce that. He's very good. He's quite speedy. He's got good finishing. His determination is a little bit on the low side, though. That's one of the reasons I never really looked at him. Beyond that, they got Johansson in goal. He's a solid keeper. So we've got our work cut out for us. I think we're two fairly evenly matched teams. We are away first. I would like to try and go up on the goal advantage, and fingers crossed we can. So I'm going to double check my best 11, set the reserves, and we're going to be back with our Euro Cup 2 match here in just a bit. We got Decker in goal today. Maga Hollis, Carrillo, Dresser, and Wiesner as the defensive back for us. Federski and Matty as the midfielders. Burnett and Held as the attack midfielders. Pellegrini and DeGraca up top as the strikers. One of the things I keep on forgetting is that we're only allowed 7 subs. So I don't know that it'll come back to haunt us per se, but there's still some good teams in here. Tottenham, Everton, PSV. Pearson on the throw-in. Hove gets it off the carom, sends it in, but it was the number 7 got held up by the defender. Decker rolls it out to Carrillo. He gets it off to Dressel, who already picked up a yellow somehow. Wiesner gets by the 1 defender, drops it off to Held. Held back to Matty, out to Wiesner, all alone on the left. He holds it up, back to Matty. Matty, Swiderski, top of the box, back to Matty. Swiderski. He tries crossing it. Maga Hollis picks it up, stops it from going out of bounds. Burnett crosses it. Wiesner's there, and Johansson, a very nice stop. We had a couple of opportunities there that did not go through. Burnett crosses it in. Pearson knocks it away up to Sandstrom, and the highlight ends. Give the guys a little encouragement here. Schultz on the throw, and Matty intercepts that. Pops it up into space for DeGraca. He takes a shot, and it's just wide right. Looks like he rushed that a little too much at the end there, but he had a Malmo player all over him. It's easy to understand why. Wiesner, dispossessed by Nzeza, but Matty gets it to Graka. Pellegrini off the post. Wickstrom recovers it and just bangs it out of bounds. Wow. Pellegrini's probably knocking himself for that. That was a wide open goal. Burnett, back to Maga Hollis. He centers it in. DeGraca is there, and he gets the score. His 28th goal of the season. I got more than a couple teams sniffing around him too. This I got something here on my shirt. What do I have here? Oh, look, pile of George hair. This offseason is going to be very interesting, even more so than last offseason, because we're really looking at next year getting a lot of these youngsters playing full time, which means, you know, maybe a Bejger leaves, maybe a DeGraca leaves, and Steensick comes in to replace him. Nzeza. Shadowed closely, gets it back to Wickstrom, up to Sandstrom. He cuts inside. Nalik, Namani, names are tough. Schultz all the way out on the left for Person. He holds it up, back to Hove, Person. Nzeza top the box. Oh, off the post. A very nice attempt. And Decker again, another block. That's not Tammy Abraham, is it? Namani. Swiderski heads it away. Pellegrini dallied and then decided to come up and get it. Now P. Abraham. Okay. And that is half. And we go in with a 1-0 lead. Thanks to our 8 shots, 3 on target. They've had 5 and 3. The away goal's been nice. Oh, that was misplayed. Wiesner gets it back from Dressel. Back to Dressel. Matty centers it to Swiderski. Back to Matty. He tries passing it up, but Wickstrom steps in front of that. And Nzeza tries doing the same thing, but it goes right to Dressel, who gives the ball away right to Sandstrom. Nzeza. Back out to Abraham. Cuts inside, takes the shot, but it's wide right. We're just before 70 minutes. We're going to get a couple players off. Maga Hollis is gassed. We are going to get Jose Jesus on. We're going to get Dressel off and bring on Bejger. And we're going to get Swiderski off and bring on Marco Hen. Person to Namani. Centers it to Nalik. Challenge, but he gets the ball to Sandstrom. Sandstrom in the box, off the post. That was a rocket of a shot. Holy cow. Wiesner on the throw-in to DeGraca. Over to Matty. He gets DeGraca, corner of the box, centers it. Burnat's there, and he guys it. Wow. Got held up there. Couldn't figure out what had happened. I thought it hit the post first, but no, it went over the crossbar. Burnat, from distance. DeGraca's there, and he heads it in. His 29th goal of the season. That was nice. Nice header by DeGraca. Good delivery by Burnat. Held to pick up an injury. I'll have to see what that is. Thigh injury. Great. And with a 2-0 victory, we come away from Malmo with the win and, more importantly, the 2 away goals. So let's see what happened to Florian Held here. Out for 2 weeks. Okay. That's not too bad. The nice thing is we've got a decent amount of depth there. Well, a good win for us. What we're going to do is save the game. We're going to come back and play Hertha offline, and then we will be back for the home part of our Euro Cup 2 match against Malmo in just a bit. So, the Hertha game was a really good game until the 81st minute. They went up 2 goals. João Pedro had goals in the 5th and 35th minutes. We got ourselves right. Pietro Bugli and Marco DeGraca each had goals, and then DeGraca had another goal in the 77th minute. We went up 3-2. In the 81st minute, Alexander Barr equalized. In the 86th minute, Furtado put them ahead. They had 18 shots, 13 on target. Decker had a 7.1, but the last couple just really got to him. The defense broke down. It was one of those cases where we did not have enough players have a solid game. The midfield, especially Swiderski and Matty, were they made too many mistakes. It's not showing up here, but they made too many mistakes. I pulled Swiderski off and then pulled Matty off. Burnat I brought off because he was gassed. And they just... The big thing is that this puts us pretty much out of the hunt for 4th place. And they would have to have both either Borussia or Leipzig would have to have an epic collapse for us to get into 4th. I'm not saying that can't happen. I'm saying the chances of that happening are really, really slim. As it stands, now there's 3 teams fighting it out for 5th and 6th place. I think we have the head-to-head over both Hoffenheim and Bayer. I would have to... You know what? Let's check the schedule here real quick. No, Hoffenheim has it over us. No, we're equal, but they have the goal differential. So, anyhow, we've got our home match against Malmo. I'm going to double-check the best 11, set the reserves, and I'm going to be back with that match in just a bit. So this is the squad we're starting today. It's Decker in goal, Wiesner, Dressel, Carrillo, and Magalhaes as the defensive back four, Matty and Felipe as the midfielders, Bloom and Burnat up top as the strikers, DeGraca and Pellegrini as the attackers, as the strikers, rather. Well, they're attackers. What is he like? He's trained to be... No, he shouldn't be trained to be. He should be trained to be this. Swiderski is suspended for too many yellow cards. Florian Held is injured. He got that thigh injury the last Malmo game. He's out another week or so. It's not that big a deal, but we should be okay. I got DeGraca who can switch down. I need to bring Steensig to the bench. I gotta filter off my unavailables. No, we've got Ojeda. We can leave Steensig off. So Malmo's actually in a bad run of form. They've lost 3 of their last 5. And they're playing a 4-4-2 today. Schultz on the throw-in. Over to Hove. He holds it up, tries crossing it. Person gets it, but he's dispossessed by Burnat. Burnat holds play up, then surges forward, gets it to Pellegrini, who puts it far post. That was really nice. His 31st goal of the season. I suspect Pellegrini is going to leave in the offseason. He has way too many teams coming for him, and I promised him when we signed him he could use the club as a stepping stone. I'm pretty okay with that because I've got Steensick on the bench, and I think Steensick one of these days will be as good as Pellegrini, which means he probably won't be as good as Goebbels, but I'm okay with that. There are some other good youth players out there available for a decent price. I've got my eye on one. If we get him, he would definitely be De Graake's replacement. De Graake's got teams looking at him as well. We do have Arjau still. We do have Bloom can play forward, but I want to train him to be held back up. He'll be a very good bench player and rotational player. We've got options. So this offseason is definitely going to be interesting. Melander. Oh, gives the ball away, but Nemani ends up with it. Back to Lewicki. He gets to Melander, to Nolik, back to Melander, to Hove, out to Abraham on the right. He tries crossing it in, but it bounces off Wiesner. Bloom picks it up. Moving forward. Long cross. Pellegrini's there, and he gets his second. Wow, that was a good pass by Bloom. Nice cross by the youngster. Put it right where Pellegrini could get it. Pellegrini didn't have to wait up for it. I got a notice saying somebody had hurt their knee, but they can work their way through it. But I'm not seeing anything over here. Okay. Dispossessed. Pellegrini with the ball. Back to Magahalis. Up to Bernat. Back to Felipe. He feeds Bernat again. Bernat cuts inside. Back out to Magahalis on the right. He holds it up, crosses it in. Pellegrini's there. Gets it back. It's knocked away. He gets it to Wiesner just because he really didn't have any other options. Matty. Back out to Magahalis. He centers it in. Pellegrini's there for his hat trick. Wow. 3 goals in 35 minutes. We're finding the gaps really well. Malmo looks to be sitting pretty far back, too. Bernat in the crowd, and Dressel scores his first goal of the season. Oh, I thought that was a header, but it was a volley. We are absolutely destroying them. I thought there was a heat map option on this. I could be wrong, though. Person gives the ball away. Matty knocks it forward. De Graake picks it up. Back out to Felipe. Over to Magahalis. To Bernat. Back over to Felipe. Oh, De Graake can't handle it. It's knocked away, but Magahalis is going to run it down. He gets it to Bernat. Back to Felipe. To Bernat. Back out to Magahalis on the right. He holds it up. Felipe, corner of the box. Matty at the top. Tries sending it in, but it's knocked away. Wiesner to Bloom. Oh, Johnson, a very nice stop. Wickstrom just knocks that out of bounds. Coming up on halftime, and we have a 4-0 lead. It says Wiesner picked up the injury. How come that wasn't showing up on the other screen? Okay, well, we will make sure to get Wiesner off. I was looking at the wrong thing. It's down here. I was thinking about getting Pellegrini off, but we'll bring Wiesner off and bring on Ranieri. Nemani with the corner kick from Malmo. Stromberg's there. It's knocked away. Melander looked like he got a foot on it, but looks like the Wiesner knocked it away. Abraham off the throw-in. To Nolik. He centers it in. Nemani's there. And it hits Decker and goes across the line. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully the camera angle will change. There it goes. Wow. That was a bit of a misplay by Decker. Johansson with the goal kick. Bombs it forward towards Abraham. Nice first touch. He gets by Ranieri. And Decker the stop. You know, we're just short of 60 minutes here. We're going to make a change. We are going to get Carrillo off and bring on Bejger. Schultz on the throw-in to Abraham. Knocks it to Hove. He gets it back to Schultz. Centers it to Lewicki. To Hove. Nalik to Nowicki. Nemani. Drops it off for Lewicki. To Hove. All the way out to Nemani on the left. He centers it in. Hove is there. Dressel bounces it off of his foot. Abraham has it, but he's challenged Nalik and right at Decker. I think what we are going to do, there's 15 minutes left in the game. We are going to bring Ojeda on for Pellegrini. Decker to Bejger on the goal kick. Bejger gives the ball away to Nemani. Magahal is also kind of dallied there. Nalik hits it, but he hits it wide right. Holy cow, did we dodge a bullet there? Nalik to Lewicki. To Nzeza. Out to Abraham. Drops it off to Nzeza. Back to Abraham. Nalik. Top of the box. Feeds Abraham. Abraham holds it up to Nzeza. And Sandstrom scores off the header. His first goal of the season. It's interesting how we're falling apart defensively these last few games. But that was a good play. It's not like we were out of position or someone was playing bad. It was just they got a good pass and he got the right angle on the ball he needed to score. Magahalis to Burnett, who tries crossing it in, bounces it off. However, the Malmo player gives it away. Matty ends up with the ball, feeds Burnett. He centers it. De Graaf is there, takes the shot, but it's wide left. I'll have to double check. I think he and Pellegrini are on the same number of goals. And that is the game. And we win on a 6-2 aggregate. And then tomorrow we have the quarterfinal and semifinal draws coming. So we're going to go to those. First Leg Triumph sees us through. 350,000 euros for the win. Wiesner's injured. He's only out for a couple days. I could have sworn on the results. Let me click the date here. Who else went through? Nordsjælland went through. Austria Vienna went through. Napoli went through. PSV went through. Moscow, Tottenham, Everton. Okay. Carrillo reached yellow card, so he's going to be out the next match. Yeah, we played Malmo, then we played Hertha, then we played Malmo again. Next, we're playing BVB. So, fun times. There's actually a default training schedule called match congestion or fixture congestion, something like that. It's very, very... I didn't even realize it existed until I saw it pop up. I was like, yeah, okay, I can go with that. And here are the draws. So let's get to the first one. Nordsjælland is playing us. Napoli is playing Tottenham. PSV is playing Everton. CSKA Moscow is playing Austria Vienna. And then CSKA Moscow, Austria Vienna, we're playing... Either us or Nordsjælland is playing them. Napoli or Tottenham is going to face PSV or Everton. Okay. So let's see what the schedule looks like. You know what? That's what we'll come back for. We'll come back for the Nordsjælland games. Makes sense. We'll kind of stay up to speed with what's going on in the Bundesliga, but I think these last couple of games, Augsburg, Cologne, Union Berlin, those are going to be... Yeah, Union Berlin, Augsburg, Cologne's there. If we can get decent results against BVB and Leipzig, we'll be doing okay, but that remains to be seen. but 2 very good games against a pretty decent Malmo squad, all things considered. At the end of the day, we were just a little bit better from them in the places where it counted. Pietro Pellegrini has had a very good tournament so far, and I think that's also one of the reasons he's going to be moving on this summer. If you did like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticism, comments, leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name's FM Jellicoe. I thank you for watching.